Hey football fans, welcome aboard Football Time, your go-to channel for the freshest, loudest, and hottest transfer rumors of the summer. Coming up in today's episode, Manchester United are on the hunt. Their first offer for Bryan Mbeumo. How serious is it and who's standing in the way? Real Madrid and PSG clash over Argentina's new wonder kid. Tijjani Reijnders is packing his bags. Manchester City may have found their new midfield maestro. All the biggest updates are just seconds away. But before we dive in, support the channel, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the juiciest transfer bombs. Manchester City have found their new midfield maestro, Tijjani Reijnders. $55 million plus add-ons. That's the price City will pay for AC Milan's Dutch midfielder. After weeks of negotiations, a deal has been reached. Reijnders is signing a 5-year contract with the Citizens and will soon don the iconic sky blue kit. What's remarkable is that Reijnders had only recently extended his contract with Milan until 2030. But Pep Guardiola knows how to convince. And according to reports, the player was thrilled by the prospect of working under the Spanish tactician. Last season was a breakout campaign for Tijjani. 15 goals across all competitions and the title of best midfielder in Serie A. With Kevin De Bruyne's departure and Rodri's recent injury, City were in urgent need of a new brain in midfield, and it looks like they've found him. In terms of style, Reijnders is a hybrid of Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan, not just a passer, but an engine who starts attacks in his own half and finishes them in the final third. He reads the tempo, finds pockets of space with ease, and creates impact both through short combinations and intelligent movement. Reijnders has already earned 22 caps for the Netherlands and played a key role in their run to the Euro 2024 semi-finals. Now, a new chapter begins at the Etihad. And this isn't just a veteran replacement, it's an investment in the football of the future. Once again, Manchester City are one step ahead. And if Reijnders performs in the Premier League like he did in Serie A, we may be witnessing the rise of a new global star. Argentina's new gem on Real Madrid and PSG's radar. Real Madrid have set their sights on one of South America's brightest young talents, 17-year-old attacking midfielder Franco Mastantuono from River Plate. Talks with his representatives have already taken place. The youngster's contract runs until 2026, with a $45 million release clause. If the deal goes through, it would become the most expensive sale in River Plate's history, even more than Enzo Fernandez's move to Benfica in 2022. Mastantuono is a left-footed attacker, usually deployed on the right side of the front three. He's technical, aggressive, confident on the ball. This year alone, he's already made 19 starts, scoring 7 goals and providing 4 assists, all at the age of just 17. Since debuting at 16, he's become the third youngest player in River's history. Sources close to the situation say Franco would prefer a move to Real Madrid should the deal materialize. And it makes sense. The club is carefully building a new generation Galacticos project, featuring Bellingham, Endrick, Arda Güler, and now, potentially, Mastantuono. But PSG are also in the race. The French giants maintain strong ties with River thanks to Marcelo Gallardo, PSG's current head coach and Mastantuono's former mentor. Franco is already playing for Argentina's U20 team and has now been called up to the senior squad for the World Cup qualifiers. If the move goes through, Mastantuono would follow in the footsteps of legends like Gonzalo Higuaín, another star who made the leap from River to Real, and Real's sporting director Santiago Solari, who once played for both clubs, is clearly more than just an observer in this story. The battle for a generational talent is underway. If you're tracking the summer's hottest transfer sagas, this is one you can't miss. Núñez on the bench and $13 million saved. A genius move by Liverpool or a farewell signal for the Uruguayan? Liverpool have outplayed everyone once again. Not on the pitch this time, but at the negotiating table. In the final round of the Premier League, with the Reds already celebrating the title at Anfield, Darwin Núñez was left on the bench. You'd think, why not give the striker one last symbolic start? The answer, $13 million. That's the exact amount Benfica would have received if Núñez had started just one more game in either the Premier League or the Champions League. It was the final active clause in the $84 million deal. a clause that could have made Darwin the most expensive player in Liverpool's history. But not anymore. His final price tag stands at $71 million, and the title of record signing returns to Virgil van Dijk. Arne Slot chose to start Luis Diaz instead, deploying him in a false nine role. And this decision might be more than just a cost-saving move. It sends a clear message. Núñez is no longer central to Liverpool's project. In 3 seasons, the Uruguayan has scored 40 goals and provided 26 assists in 143 appearances, but only 7 goals and 7 assists in 47 games this season. It's a modest return for a striker at a title-winning club. Núñez's contract runs until 2028, but rumors about a potential departure are growing louder. A bench role in the decisive match, bonus cuts, underwhelming stats. All the signs are there. While Núñez warms the bench and his status fades, Liverpool are coldly optimizing their spending and seemingly preparing for another attacking reset. And who knows, maybe this is already the beginning of the end of Darwin's story at Anfield. Manchester United make their first move for Bryan Mbeumo. The Old Trafford club have officially entered the race with a $55 million offer for one of last season's standout players, Brentford forward Bryan Mbeumo. The deal includes $45 million as a base fee and $10 million in add-ons. But for now, this proposal falls short of Brentford's expectations. Negotiations are ongoing, and that's no coincidence. Mbeumo has been identified by new head coach Ruben Amorim as a top priority to strengthen United's attack. The player is open to the move and willing to wait while the clubs work toward a compromise. And it's no wonder. His season was exceptional. 20 goals, 8 assists, and a 10th-place finish in the Premier League for Brentford, despite inconsistent teammates and Ivan Toney's injury. Mbeumo is highly versatile. He can play on the right wing or as a second striker. A left footer who's comfortable using his right, he moves smartly between the lines, strikes with both feet, attacks open spaces, and stays composed in the box. Since 2019, he has made 242 appearances for Brentford, scoring 70 goals and providing 51 assists, all at just 25 years old. Experience, stamina, and proven output, that's what makes Mbeumo so attractive to United. And let's not forget, the Red Devils desperately need attacking reinforcements. Just 44 league goals last season, among the worst tallies for a top-tier club. Yes, it won't be a cheap deal. Brentford boss Thomas Frank has already made it clear. It'll cost a lot. But if United truly want to become an attacking force again, signings like this are non-negotiable. Bryan Mbeumo is a player who can help reshape United's final third play and add much-needed flexibility. Now it all comes down to how determined Manchester really are. Atletico is building an empire. Barrios becomes the second pillar of a long-term project. While the football market is in turmoil from the waves of Saudi offers, Atlético Madrid is betting not on Middle Eastern millions, but on stability, identity, and belief in their own. The key symbol of this approach? Pablo Barrios, a homegrown talent who has just extended his contract until 2030. And not just any extension. The deal includes a $500 million release clause. Right alongside Julian Alvarez, they are shaping up as the two pillars of Atletico's future. This isn't just paperwork, it's a statement. Barrios is not for sale. After Julian Alvarez rose as Griezmann's successor, the club is now placing its hopes on the man expected to inherit the legacy of Koke, Atletico's spiritual leader of recent years. Pablo Barrios is more than a technically gifted midfielder. He is heart, character, and consistency. In high-stakes matches against Barca and Real Madrid, where trophies were on the line, it was Barrios who showed composure and maturity. And he's only 21. With just 2.5 full seasons in the starting 11, he's already taken on a leadership role. Amid rumors of young talents like Baena and Cardoso potentially joining, and the signing of European champions like Lenormand, Atletico is laying down a rock-solid foundation. And if anyone still thinks this team is only about defense and Cholo's spirit, just look at Barrios. He's the new face of the club, and that face is now untouchable, even for the world's richest clubs. Time to drop anchor in Naples? Lisandro Martínez could be Serie A's next big sensation. While Manchester undergoes a reshuffle, a potential bombshell is brewing in Naples. Lisandro Martínez could follow in Scott McTominay's footsteps and move to Serie A. And yes, this isn't just another rumor. It could signal a new transfer revolution. Martinez is 27 and currently recovering from a serious ACL injury. But according to Corriere dello Sport, Napoli are not discouraged, quite the opposite. Sporting director Giovanni Manna is personally monitoring his progress and already envisions him alongside the new idol of southern Italy, Scotty McTominay. Last summer, McTominay cost Napoli just $25 million, but he's already being hailed as a cult figure in Conte's team. 12 goals, 4 assists, commanding the midfield. The Scotsman has completely rebooted his career in Italy. And now, he could be reunited with his former Old Trafford teammate. Back at United, things are far less optimistic for Lisandro. Since his $50 million move from Ajax, he's made just 91 appearances, spending more time in the treatment room than on the headlines. Yes, he won the FA Cup and the League Cup, but he's no longer seen as an untouchable defender. If Napoli make a reasonable offer, will United really hold on to him? A move to Serie A could be Martinez's opportunity to restart his career, return to the Champions League, and prove that injuries don't define a player. For Napoli, it's a chance to strengthen their backline with someone who still carries a champion's mindset. The irony? 2 players once written off in England may now reunite, wearing new colors under a different sun. The only question is, will United act before it's too late? Big news at the Emirates. Gabriel signs new Arsenal contract until 2029. Arsenal's central defender Gabriel has signed a new long-term deal, extending his stay in North London until 2029. The Brazilian, a cornerstone of Mikel Arteta's project, has added 4 more years to his current contract, even though the previous one was valid until 2027. Over 5 seasons at Arsenal, Gabriel has made over 200 appearances, scored 20 goals, and become a true force, both defensively and on set pieces. His partnership with William Saliba is one of the strongest duos in the Premier League. Together, they bring the balance that has helped the Gunners fight for titles. Although Gabriel missed the end of last season due to injury, he is expected to be fully fit for the start of the new campaign. His absence was deeply felt. Nearly half of Arsenal's expected goals conceded from set pieces came during the time he was out. His presence, especially on corners and free kicks, is invaluable. Gabriel didn't hide his emotions. "I came here as a young guy, and in 5 years I've grown not only as a footballer but also as a man. It's an honor to wear this shirt. I want to win trophies with this club, and I believe our journey is only beginning." With Jorginho and Tierney leaving and questions surrounding Thomas Partey's future, Gabriel's extension is a clear signal. Arsenal are keeping their core intact and aiming for greater heights. And with the Brazilian back in the heart of defense, the Gunners will be fighting for everything once again this season. Nico Williams. Who will sign him after all, Arsenal or no one? Nico Williams' name is lighting up the transfer radar again, the Athletic Club star, and one of the biggest revelations of Euro 2024. The 22-year-old winger, with dynamite in his boots, has long been on Arsenal's radar, and Mikel Arteta personally dreams of bringing him to the Emirates. But in Spain, those dreams are met with a fair bit of skepticism. Athletic Club president John Uriarte issued a clear public statement. "Nico is a key part of our project. We're confident that both he and the team have an incredible season ahead. Bilbao isn't just holding on to their player. They're actively trying to extend his contract, even though it already runs until 2027. Arsenal's biggest asset, of course, is money. But here's the catch. According to Mirror Football, Williams wants to earn over $300,000 a week. That would make him one of the highest-paid players in Europe, a serious financial challenge, even for the Gunners. As for other suitors, Barcelona are also interested, but their never-ending financial issues make a deal nearly impossible. The Catalans couldn't even finalize a move for Luis Diaz from Liverpool, let alone sign one of Spain's brightest young stars. For now, all signs point to Nico Williams staying at Athletic this summer. But in the world of transfers, everything can change with just one phone call. Would you like to see him in the Premier League? And does he really fit Arteta's system? Simone Inzaghi, the new head coach of Al Hilal. Less than 24 hours after a crushing Champions League final defeat to PSG and his departure from Inter, Simone Inzaghi has been unexpectedly announced as the new head coach of Al Hilal. A 2-year contract, Club World Cup participation, and a blockbuster debut, a match against Real Madrid on June 18th. The footballing East isn't just growing, it's going on the offensive. This isn't just a coaching change, it's a statement. Al Hilal, a club with 19 league titles, finished second this season and walked away empty-handed. After Jorge Jesus' departure and the failure in the AFC Champions League, they urgently needed a figure capable of restoring greatness. And they chose a man who knows how to build teams for finals. Inzaghi is more than just a coach. In 4 years with Inter, he won Serie A, twice lifted the Coppa Italia, 3 times won the Supercoppa, and reached the Champions League final twice. Yes, both were defeats. The 0-5 loss to PSG was particularly painful, but he brought Inter back into the European elite. This isn't Al Hilal's first big move. We all remember Neymar's $80 million transfer, which ultimately turned into disappointment. The Brazilian played just 7 games before terminating his contract. But now, the club is focused not on hype, but on structure. And Simone is the perfect architect. At the Club World Cup, Inzaghi will have no time to ease in, facing Real Madrid, Pachuca, and Salzburg in the group. The goal? Maximum. And if anyone still thought the East was just for show, now it has championship ambition and an experienced commander. Simone Inzaghi to Al Hilal isn't a retreat from Europe. It's a new front in the global battle for football's future. That's it for today on Football Time. We've covered the biggest headlines, transfer rumors, and key moves shaking up the football world. But stay tuned. More breaking news, fresh results, and major deals are on the way. Support the channel, like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you're always in the loop. Drop a comment. Which transfer surprised you most? And who do you want at your club next? We're taking a short break, but we'll be back soon with even more transfer action. Until next time.